The aim of the session today is just to give you an update on the 2015 CIMA syllabus towards that goal. And hopefully by the end of the day, you will feel further inspired to do so. This gentleman, Nishant Jain, started with operational level and passed 12 professional qualification exams first time in 8 months and was admitted to membership by the October. No, he's not a full-time student. He's a part-time student. He did select to have no exemptions, and it's not very pleasant at the time, but it's what's needed in order to reach that end goal. So a lot of people feel a little bit like this as they start with their exams, that it's a little bit impossible. Some often take a little sort of a precarious route. As you can see, these children crossing that bridge to get to school. And it's a case of, am I going to stay on this road? Am I going to stay on this? Or am I going to fall off into the water and whatever lies beneath? But what I'm hoping is that this session will make you feel more like this. Will make you feel more hopeful that, this is possible, it is a worthwhile qualification, and it is very, very doable. So, from our viewpoint, passing an exam and getting you to pass your exam.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm supposed to talk about the future of finance. And before I do that, I want to just sort of lay some background or some perspective or context. What they said is that CEOs believe that CFOs will increasingly become important over the next 2 years. And I'm saying phenomenally. And 70% of the CEOs says that technology is going to be a big factor. If you look at what I've sort of emphasized there,
we are here for the CGMA Speak series, and we're talking about joining the dots, the future of executive decision making qualifications. Andrew was a direct entry fellow in 1989, having won prizes at stages 2 and 4 of his CIMA exams. Andrew moved into management consulting 25 years ago. He has held senior leadership roles within KPMG, IBM, CSC, and PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC.
Fortune 500 in the US, which in the 1970s, the market capitalization of the Fortune 500, which are the 500 largest companies by market capitalization in the US, 80%, more than 80%, was represented by their balance sheet. So if you looked at the balances of the balance sheet, that was 80% of the total market capitalization. These days it's less than 20.
The disruptions also happening very quickly from what you said, and so executives also need to be able to get that information on time, and so that they're able to make decisions. You talked about the age of big data, and I think that is something that we must live with today. Data is growing in leaps and bounds, and we need to be able to analyze that and be able to study the patterns and so on, and be able to use that to make decisions. So these are changes that are happening in our lives, and we must
things you do, because there will not be a goal congruence in terms of the things we need to do. Also, you find that for most of us, there's got to be some kind of a mentoring system. There's got to be people that that can guide us, people that we can follow. And one thing again about performance management, which I think is so very key, is that if you're not measuring my performance, I don't know what I'm doing well. And I say human beings were genetically encoded to be successful. You never come to work to say, I'm going to, goof off all day or waste time. But sometimes the systems either works against me, or it is seen to be working against me. And therefore, if I am measured and I can see how well I'm doing, which is a very important part as well. We talk about CGMA and CIMA and the fact that what kind of data do we put forward. Traditionally, it's been very, very financial in nature. But we're saying now the kind of data that's available is one that can show other aspects of an individual in terms of what is it that you're contributing to the organization. So I always say this. If you could create charts on the wall for a department, 10 of us in the department, there are 10 charts, and at the end of the day, the chart shows how well I have performed for the day based on all the criteria that is required. you will find out that if I am recorded as not performing, I don't need to be managed. If everybody else is going up and I'm going down, instinctively you say to yourself, hey, I seem to be the oddball here. So one or two things will happen. Either you step up to keep up with the standard that's been established in the organization or your team, or if you can't step up, you ask for help. So, cut the long story short, trust is about seeing the leadership do the right thing. It's about you having clarity about what you want to do and therefore having alignment with what's got to be done. It's about being measured well so that I have confidence in the people that I work with and I know that I'm being treated fairly, and also ensure that you have clarity. It's called a goal congruence in terms of the things that we need to do in our organizations.